Hey y'all, so you're looking at a survey stake on Greenbow, and it goes that way, which is kind of southwest. And you maybe can see the flags fluttering across the property here to get over there. You can see some of the flags all along here. Maybe you can see the survey stakes through there. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing all this here. So stay with me, please. See that building right there? The building lines up with stakes that the county has put out for a drainage ditch to go across and take this building out that the county gave a permit to build that building about 4 years ago. So this is part of a drainage ditch that they want to put in. So stay with me. I'm going to go around the building here and show you the other side of the stake. This is part of it right here on this side of the road, and it's heading south. You can see the stakes maybe in there a little bit. We'll completely take this building out that they permitted for my neighbor to build about 4 years ago. And as we go through here, I just wanted to show you where the stakes are that they put in. If you look on the map called Frog Pond, you'll see there's a tributary running through here as well. The county didn't care that tributary was there and gave him a permit to build there. And if you look by that dumpster right there, you'll see some flags. You go through there, and basically it's going to take out his whole business. Okay, if you look back this way, we're looking back kind of north. We're on Greenbow, and we're looking north to Allendale from the street of Greenbow. So we'll be looking back north. And you can see stakes across this gentleman's property as well. We want to take out his property and put it in a ditch. The surveyors came, knocked on his house, and told him that they're going to put these stakes out. They didn't ask for his permission. They just told him what they were going to do. And he said, whoa, 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 wait. And they said, well, somebody will be out here soon because it's going to be by eminent domain that they're going to put this in here. And not, basically there's no input as to what makes sense. So it's going to take all of his property out, and such as that. This property right next door here, this lady is very much willing to let them do it right here, but we don't get any responses when we ask for that. And she has a ditch here that is on the Frog Pond map if you look at it, and it's a big swamp back there, and most of her property is swamp. And she's perfectly fine with that. So all we want to do, all we think should happen is that they should just honor what makes sense. And if you look down where these ditches the county just dug out a few weeks ago, that dead ends, you're looking east, and it dead ends into Artavia and what I call the bayou of Artavia, which is graded somewhat to take some of the water out of here, but not all of it. So I'm going to swing back around the other way. You'll look west, and it's the highway called FM 1314. What would make sense and wouldn't cost a lot of money and grief with eminent domain, with people that don't want eminent domain, they don't want to sell, and they were given permission to build, like that building right there, county permit 4 years ago, gave them permission to build that building, and now they want to take it out. Well, in my opinion, that's the value of that is millions. There's not millions to do that. It's ridiculous. So as you look back west, where Greenbow starts at FM 1314, all of this can be graded with just a little bit more work to where it could run the other way. I'll swing back around and show you. Artavia and LJA Engineering put in a massive bio system and made an agreement for us to connect, and the county did connect. A few months ago, the county did make a connection. So, like I said, I hope you stayed with me, because I'm fixing to name a few names and such, and it's going to be mentioned again in Commissioner's Court of what's going on here. Let's hope something didn't interrupt you here. Forgot to turn my phone off for Do Not Disturb. Sorry. So at the end of the road here is that ditch, and the connections were made. There is no paperwork by public information request yet. Several months ago, I requested that information, so I know who's in charge of that and who's maintaining that bio at the end of Greenbow. Spent 4 hours in the engineer's office and the county attorney's office as well to get that information, and we don't have it still as of yet. They're saying there is none. By the way, the commissioner's office, by way of Phyllis Martin, who is the chief staff that handles all of Commissioner Met's communications, says, actually she has made no responses to any of the emails that I sent her with a public information request to everybody else. The only person that never has responded to those requests was Phyllis Martin, chief staff for Commissioner Met's office. Everyone else responded with, let me look at this, I think I have something, I don't have anything. And then what I got was basically 95% of it was emails that I've been sending in the last couple of years. A little bit of information there just recently, and write this down. Amani, A-M-A-N-I, Amani Engineering was given a $416,000 contract to, so far, the only thing that they are paid for that anybody can see is stakes in the ground and in the swamp. And stakes going across and through a building that was given permits to be built 4 years ago. So stay with me, all right? So there's going to be a large group, and I hope that if you're listening to this, that you could come be a part of this too. We'll be showing up at Commissioner's Court about this. The building there that you see, the gentleman that owns that, his written permits. Hey neighbor. His written permits you'll have with him. Because we want answers. All we want is what makes sense so that the water will go away. The gentleman here, the lady here. We've repeatedly asked for dialogue with Commissioner Metz. Repeatedly, to talk about what makes sense to drain all the water off. Comes all the way from 242 through Allendale, through here. And if we look back, right now we're looking north. We're going to turn south. and you're going to be looking across to the Thunder Gun Range, which is south. You can see them through there. And what makes sense is not what they want to do. They're looking at a faulty study done by Binkley Barfield 4 to 5 years ago. Before, back south, I'm going to look back east again to the dead end of the Artavia Bayou. Write it down, Artavia, Artavia. Did not exist 4 years ago. But yet, Amani, A-M-A-N-I, Amani Engineering was awarded a $416,000 contract to copy the faulty Binkley Barfield study that was done 4 years ago that has nothing to do with what things look like today. All they want to do is condemn property, spend money without the water going away. That's all I have for now. I'll be talking more about that bayou at the end of the road here in another video, hopefully today, between work and all, and some documents about it. That's all I have for now.